Hello, 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 hello. The return. What a lovely walk. We did kind of miss the sunset down our road, but I did see it from up here, and it was quite pretty. Let's get my reference page going here. Reference page, reference page, reference page. There we go. Whew. It was chilly out there. We got the first little snowflakes of winter a little earlier today. Uh-oh. There we go. You know what? I don't want these guys to have halos. Halo. Maybe I will give her a bit of a. I think I'll add some more darks as well behind them. Probably only stream for another 45 minutes. I still got a bit of juice, but despite Gianni working hard in the kitchen, it is in fact my turn to make dinner tonight. He was simply making meal prep. Whoops. Oh. There we go. Does that work? No, let's do a less specific shadow. So, one of the reasons, or one of the ways you can use black is to kind of draw attention to different parts of the frame. So that is the ethos I'm using right now. Oh my goodness, what keeps disconnecting? It's doing it again, chat. It's doing the thing. Making the noise. Just loosely put it in here. How much use of black can I get away with here? Hello, Mesmer. Mesmer. Never gonna pronounce that right. Just don't know. Maybe that's too much black. Let's add some over top. Oh, there's the... Okay. Next. I just switched the last letters because the normal one was taken. Yeah, I gotta get some dark or some halftone in there. Maybe that's how I'll sex it up. Let me see about adding some more to the characters. What can we get away with? What's the lighting situation in here? This lighting doesn't actually have to be harsh. It's like not too dark, I guess. Probably like lit by some kind of red light. Let's add a quick halftone to these guys. Which I add by... Oh, I know this. Don't tell me. There it is. Whoa. Oh, that's right. It's a brush. 1 second. This is burned from both ends, which is my second favorite track. Rasterize. And then I will do my dark work of turning it into a halftone. Actually, I guess I could use the same halftone pattern as I have in the... Oh, fuck it. I was going to say in the other frame, but we're not doing that. Really depends on the zoom level how good the raster layer works. Let's merge that, drop that, see how that turns out. Okay, I am going to use the raster layer from the other frame panel. What? No, that's more of the background raster, isn't it? Or background stuff. Well, where is that darn thing? Can't hear music. Whoops. Oh, you're totally right. I've been banging out tunes this whole time, and you can't hear nothing. Too loud. We're on to the Jeffrey Day music. Let's get these distracting panels out of here. I think I'm adding too many color layers. That's okay. We'll refine it. What's important is that the baselines are in the right shape. Of the right shape. I think I'm going to make these a lot simpler though. But how? I'm in team so many layers, real. Thank you. 7-star cats? Maybe I'll get an inspo folder for comic backgrounds going, so I can really get something. The nothing. Actually, what if I lighten that? No. Let's get a really quick bastard panel up here. This bastard panel is just text. Oop. what? We might as well get some borders going too. I'm a really sloppy border maker. I just kind of eyeball it with the rectangular tool. There's probably a consistent way to do it, but I'm bad. Why is that? Okay. Oh, I see why that happened. Right. Maybe that'll look better without a border. No, border looks better. The border contains it. But what we can do is mess around with these borders. Thank you, Jeffrey Day, for another banger. I got to meet him at PAX East the other couple PAX East ago. He was very cool. Just like a guy, but you wouldn't know that he is able to make such incredible bangers. Although this one's back to Michael Markey music. I think this panel needs to be a bit smaller, like she needs a little bit more headroom. Let's move some stuff around. Actually, I could just do that. No, I got some more table. No. My goodness. Do not apply the transformation. Perfect. No one is the wiser. Except for up here. Beautiful. If my CSP isn't crashing from the layers, it's not worth the art. So real. Sometimes I'll have days where it's just it's lock in on one layer, and other days I'm like, no, I'll organize them. And I guess for comic panels, it is really useful, especially when you're like still sorting out where everything's going in the panel, which often happens with me, where I don't really get a good finalized look until the darks are put in, and I'm even putting the text in, which, by the way, I might see, where did I keep that script? Just give me 1 second here. I gotta find this. I gotta go through my files. So I'm just going to turn that off for 1 second. Blah, 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 blah. Address labels. Notes. There we go. Okay. And you know what? We're just, for the fun of it, gonna put in some bubbles. And maybe we'll call it quits. Now, I am not as familiar with CSP's font and other stuff, so you can see me agonize over a font. Alright, we need computer style text. Oh. Oh, that font's gonna be huge. Oh, and it's gonna be silly. Alright. Here's the settings. We are gonna make that way smaller. Oh! Not that small, gamers. Oh, shit. I guess I'll choose a font first. Have to format it. Alright, let's see. Oh my god. Yes, that's fine. Now let me change the font. Yes, that's fine. Let me change the font. Help! Oh no! Oh no! What happened? What happened? Oh my god. CSP does not like the text tool. My walk was very nice. We didn't quite get to see the sun, but okay, we're just gonna delete that layer and forget that ever happened. We didn't quite get to see the sun, but it was still quite nice. We saw some lovely clouds, and it was also frickin' cold. Okay, we're just gonna bring that down. We're gonna bring that down here. We're gonna hit Control V. Ed is still way too big. Comic Sans! There we go. Perfect. Consulus is not bad. I want like not really nice looking. Too nice. That's actually not so bad. That's like illegible, which I like. But it is also Mingliu XB regular, which is... I mean, I've never heard of that font before. Times New Roman. I don't really have any text prompt ones here, but you know what? I'll use a placeholder. Placeholders are fine. Oh shit. Okay. Damn. Never hit Control Z when you're in a text box. That seems to apply to CSP as well. Too nice. Okay, we're gonna navigate away from that. Now let's see if they've got any settings for making it all caps. CSP is struggling right now. Girls, oh my god. Did I click that? I didn't click circular test, did I? Oh my goodness. Alright. Again, not as quick with CSP stuff. I do miss that from Photoshop. I did have a flow with Photoshop. Turn off anti-aliasing. Let's up the size. I will format that in a second. Some paragraph breaks. Okay. Layer property, tool navigation. Ooh, they got a balloon tool. That's nice. They might not have a setting that just lets me mess with whether or not it's like in Photoshop I could choose whether or not it was like an all caps font or if it was like big all caps and small all caps for capital and non-capitalized letters. It's not really that important. I can always do it manually. Apply to new only subject. That's fine. I'll format this. This also probably isn't a final script, but it is, as everything else, a sketch. I'm starting to realize that maybe this was not really formatted for this size of page panel. That's okay, we'll make columns. Good luck trying to read any of this, by the way. It probably looks not good. In fact, I'm just going to make it bigger. It doesn't actually have to stay constrained within the this panel. I could always like kind of overlay it over the second panel too. Let's make it a bit bigger. And let's make it a bit bolder. Yes. Let's make it a bit wider. Yes! Oh, I want to give each one of these guys a friggin' paragraph or a line. All these red shirts. You get a line break, you get a line break, you get a line break. Okay, we got some options. We're just going to copy that in case I fuck up one of the formats. So here's what we can do. I can... Oh, God. Oh, no! God, please! Be normal! Okay. Let's change conversation to parlay. That sounds a little bit more esoteric. Is it parlay or parlay? Parlay or parlay? Wooden or wooden? Wooden or wooden? Or is it parley? Like... No, it is parlay. More or less. It's as with most of my projects, it is flavored. Very heavily flavored. It is that in all but name. There's super soldiers. There's psychic commanders. There's a delta. There's a red shirt delta force. So this will be in the first paragraph. Over here will be. Oh, thank God it No, it doesn't. Never mind. I was gonna say, thank God it changes the font size when I do that, but it does not. This up here will be our first bit. Oh my God! Come on, come on, come on, come on. I need to make a new layer. Okay, it's fine. I am rapidly getting accustomed. No, I'm not. Why is that not working? Text. New layer. There. I bastardized it. We have a chance to do something kind of interesting here. Let's... Yes. Will it let me? Yeah. I think we can apply a mask layer. I'm not really good with masking layers. I never really got good with them, but let's see, maybe we can do something kind of fun and experimental with the... Experimental, not that experimental, it's pretty normal. Oh, hi, Miss Ebola! It is a cute girl with a cool mask, so true. She's also huge. Women. Let's... Yeah, oh, no. I didn't apply transformation. Oh, well, that's okay. I don't need to apply the transformation. I need to apply a smaller text box. There we go. And I need a smoother eraser. You know, I'm glad I tried it, but that just looks kind of messy. Bringing it down into this bottom one is kind of cute. But there's going to be, like, sound effects. There's going to be some people talking. So I think I will just limit it to this one up here. But, no. How do I delete that mask? Delete mask. There we go. That's how I do that. Okay. Let's try something different. Let's try some columns. Nope. Nope, yep. Let's, as a treat, change this to a right alignment. And we'll give this first panel a bit more emphasis by adding some glow, which I do by Okay, that's a little too much, but it's in the ballpark. No. I do miss layer styles. No. I mean, I can just do the old-fashioned way. I duplicate that and then add a blur filter underneath. Nope, I can't. I will rasterize the layer behind it and then add a blur. Let's put that center. Ooh. Oh, that's so interesting. Oh no, it's because the font isn't changing size with this. Okay. I'm gonna rasterize this so I can just really quickly and simply. Make that smaller, put it in the center. Now we experiment. Making comic pages is as much about each panel as it is about the flow of the entire page, which I think is why I need to take some more darks down here and really add some dark areas. It's not perfect. We're establishing an art style here. I think I'll make these a bit smaller as well. Shit. No, I won't. How about I'm bad at this? I'm not sure if I'm in love with the CSP. Halftone. Maybe I'll get some halftone brushes. Women excite me. So true, Isabella. Make the text bleed English. So right. I think I'll add some like scan lines to the top one. Maybe not these ones, but well, maybe these ones. Let's add a little bit of glow. Let's treat ourselves. Duplicate, rasterize. Let's add some blay. 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 Okay. It's roughed in. It's fine. I love women! Same! Since all my friends are saying I wanted to ask 2 more people if I should cosplay Columbo, one of the people was you. Yes! Might look better if the text had a drop shadow for the blur. True. Let's give that a try. And I think I can bastardize that pretty quick by just duplicating that, offsetting it a bit, and hitting Control I. Ooh! Oh, Miss Ebola. You can imagine what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it easier to read? Actually, maybe. Yeah. Alright, bottom panel. We'll get the text boxes in there. I'm not really convinced, like, this halftone is kind of freaking me out, but I think the bottom panel I'll revamp again sometime. But for now, I will get some text in there. I will not use their speech bubble tool. I will type it. Or will I use it? You know what? Let me experiment with their text box tool, which is, I just saw it. Just saw it. There we go. Nope. Let's see, right at the top here. Nope. Why are you selecting that layer? Out of the way, text box. Ugh, I wish I could look so slick and cool with my old Photoshop, like, fast twitch reflexes, but alas, I have to look clumsy and silly. No, she's gonna be sitting bolt upright, but I need to put in an effect. I did try that just before you came in, and it looked okay, but I think it's just the color balance was a little weird. And there's going to be more stuff happening in the bottom panel that I think will distract it. But I had the same genius idea. You should cosplay Columbo at some point. Shut the fuck up, Twitch! So true. Alright, now my question is, why? There. Oh. Okay. Oh, my dumbass was... Okay, it doesn't like me clicking and dragging. In Photoshop, you click and drag to make the appropriately sized text panel for what you want, but here it's just you click. Okay, I'm over it. I would not like circular text. I would like normal text, please. Tried to say please be normal. There we go. I just saw it too. Oh, literally it's a checkbox. What's done? What else is done? He's saying please be normal. The CSP had some pretty good starter Comic Sans MS! Pretty good comic fonts. Okay, actually, they're not saying a lot of stuff, they're just saying Jesus. Goodness, how dare you take the Lord's name in vain? What a silly guy. Alright, let's see how this text box thing works. I think I had to have a piece of text, and then maybe I hit the balloon tool. Oh! Oh! How do I reverse these? I guess I can just do it manually. Huh. Should I? Oh! Okay! I love that! Okay. Gotta re-up my knowledge on text. There's a couple of useful rules you can go by. Where did my tool... There it is. It's right here. Brush shape. Ooh. Oh, there's silly ones, too. Pen is fine. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in Photoshop, you kind of had to adjust some settings to do that. That's great. Okay. I guess I could make the thing and then maybe... whatever. Okay, anyway. Give me back my speech bubble tool. There it is. Roundness. Yes, I want maximum round. Thank you. Brush size. Let's make it a bit thicker. Oh, how odd. Okay, I like that you can select the whole thing and you can move the whole text. Or the whole bubble plus the text. That is nice. How do I select the text inside? Okay, click that. Ah, yes. Now, will it let me make... Will it let me make a tail? Oh. Hearts, oh my god, that looks, these are so cheesy. Maybe I can add it, no. I'm gonna look it up. He's not really shouting it, he's expressing it. I will experiment with a little bit more lumpiness, though. You are right. How to add tail? Text bubble clip studio minus AI. I'm in DuckDuckGo, so I guess that won't do much. Ellipse. Draw the balloon. Blah blah blah. Balloon tail. In the subtool. Oh, right here. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so easy. Oh my god, anyone could be saying this. Even her. Oh my goodness. Let's make that tail wider. Polyline. Oh, okay, calm down. It's actually not bad. And a spline. Good old splines. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't need a spline, but I'm experimenting. Click. Ah. Let's just do a straight line with a wider base, and I'll start here. No, I won't. I'll start here. All right, that might be the final placement for the speech bubble, because now I have to figure out, and I'm not good at these, but like speed lines, etc. Right side under tool navigation. Yeah, Miss Bola already had it. I should have just looked up. Let's rough in. This will be the last thing I do, but let's rough in some movement. Now, I never really liked how I did movement. Like, ideally, the art kind of dictates movement, but I guess even the greats used speed lines to indicate. So we'll just rough it in. I will use the edge brush. Oh, why is that fuzzy? Just that layer. What did I just delete? Nothing important. Okay. Like, cause I'm not exactly semi-realistic, but I guess I'm sort of semi-realistic, so using like really exaggerated shock lines like that just don't fit the style. These dashes aren't too bad. But like these guys might just have to settle with no indication of how they're moving. Because you can go way too far with it. You can add like, oh, I'll put some here, I'll put some here. Put some more here. Oh, you know what? She's girding her shoulders. Let's add some there. So it's like the most important movement is that she's sitting up. So I think I'll just keep with sitting up. It wasn't reading. Yeah. Shocked by your stylus? What the hell? I didn't know it had enough voltage to do that. What's going on? Now I just gotta make these lines look a bit more stylized. So maybe we'll add an outline. Sometimes the outlines work, sometimes they don't. Thickness of edge, color. Let's make that a bit thicker. For me, they always feel like an afterthought, which, I mean, I guess they literally are. I need to do more reading on, like, how to make them look more integrated with the rest of the piece. Thinner, it might be better. Less noticeable. If she was moving really fast, I could do something to her line art that's, like I can add... Or I can make the lines a little bit more insoluble, like, or I guess soluble. Dash them and stuff like that, but she's not moving that fast. She's just sitting. She's normal! Outline's too much, I feel. Yeah, blur. It's fine. Electric shocks from my cat's ear hurt worse. Oh, terrifying. How long does it roughly take you to make these comic panels? It's been so long since I've done a comic panel, I couldn't tell you. This one took me... I mean, I had to plan it. I failed to do a good job inking it to start. Like, I started with... Come on, move up to the front so I can show you off, you silly layer. Wait. Like, I'd started with this, and I'd, like, started inking it the wrong way, or a way I didn't like. So that's, you know, a couple hours lost. To just sketch out a quick panel, like, not a crazy long amount of time. Especially if I have an idea already set. But, like, yeah, I storyboard my panels. I'm okay with her looking shocked with this first panel because the rest of the ones she's going to be entirely passive. Wait, oh shit. There it is. Effects. Layer. There we go. Yeah, I think I like the curve more. The curve is less jarring. Ooh. Oh, that's because it's on black. Okay. Let's make that a bit shorter. Like, I'm no joke. In the other comic stuff I've done, I've spent probably as much time, or just an insane amount of time, on shit like this, because you think about it less. It is unfortunately an afterthought with me. If I was a better comic artist, I would think more about how different little visual effects like this come into play in each panel. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do it like that. Like this. But I'm not at that level yet. So much goes into making comics, and it's such a fucking, like, it's such a thankless job. If anyone you know draws comics, you need to suck their wiener right now. You need to do things for you. Is this stream mark mature, by the way? You need to give them $1 million. How's that? That's all right. What do they look like when they're bigger? What does it look like when it's moved down? Terrible. Thank you, Tokiko. You have a good rest of your day. Have to go back to work crying. If you didn't already know, you wouldn't think it's indicating movement. Yeah, it's like simultaneously, like it kind of looks like part of a uniform. In fact, let's take off the edge. Edge makes it look more sketchy. It doesn't help that like this line art isn't done. And that, like, this effect on this page isn't done, I don't think. But, done / not perfect. So fucking annoying. Very real. Not be as symmetrical. Yeah, maybe I'll erase one of these. Or... let me just copy that. Let's try just one. No. Let's try one on her chin. Or just one on the side of her head. Oh my god. I don't think this tool has smoothing options, so... Nope. I could probably try and import them or, like, add the setting. You can also do like a background element where, in fact, we will try it, but behind her, there she is, I can try doing something similar. I can do... That might not work with this kind of effect. Or with this movement. Well, like, for example, if she was surprised, you know, you give her the old halo kind of treatment where it's sort of part of the background. Little starburst thing. But she's not. Ah! That would almost work, but she really needs to indicate movement. Anyway. Many different options. The problem with making comics is that you have to kind of establish rules within your comic, like art style rules, and sort of stick with them to make it consistent. Like, you don't have to, but just do an arrow at the end, give in, do it the cheap way. Lux! Wank, wank, wank. There we go. Wank, wank. Okay, we'll get a little juicy. We'll give her a curve. Wank, wank. Holy fuck. Actually, no, in order to really work, it'd have to go, like, down here. But now it looks like she's taking a big, deep breath into her nose. I'll stick with that. This is fine. I think, like, it's the painter in me, and there's nothing wrong with doing it this way. Where I have a lot of grays and, like, almost zero whites. I reserve the whites for... I reserve the whites for execution. No, I reserve the whites for, I guess, like, editorial elements, like speech bubbles, like motion lines, like text, whatever. Or for, like, really bright sources. But I could do more white areas, which I think would sort of help balance out some of these a bit more. And help kind of integrate these text boxes in. So many friggin' decisions, dog. Being an artist sucks. What happens if I just... Ah! Not like that. We're not integrating white people like that. I mean, we're not integrating white elements like that. Yeah, that's my feeling on it too, Miss Ebola. And I'm always like, is it because I like painting stuff and I like having like dark areas that you kind of lighten up? Is it because having the white background on a screen hurts? Because when you open up a comic book, it's printed on like off-white paper, fairly close to white. But depending on your lighting conditions, it's never going to be bright, bright, bright white. There's always going to be a nice sense of tone. In fact, let me go get a comic book. 1 second. Do I have one right here, or do I have to go downstairs for it? Let me see what... I don't know if I can pronounce his name right. Nihei, the guy who wrote Blame, is doing in some of his later copies. Sorry, I was probably coming in and out a little bit there. This will be the last leg. In fact, I'll turn on the camera. And I can show off, oh my god, some of the artists here. Exactly, that's why text flow is so important. And that's my problem here, is I sketched in the text on some earlier pages, which you don't really see here. But I didn't keep it ever present while I was drawing all these lines. But I gotta do that with visual effects too. Okay, let's see what I got. Turning on the camera here. Turning on the camera here. Hello, gamers. Oh, you can see into my closet! My office closet. Okay, we've got the Meta Barons, which I haven't read yet. Sorry, Neil. He got it for me last Christmas, I think, but I didn't. No, he got it for my birthday. He got it for my birthday in 2024, and I still haven't read it. Oh, but the art is so gorgeous. Okay, Meta Barons isn't gonna help me because it is absolutely incredible, like watercolor or ink wash art. I'm just looking if they have any trigger warning for gore, I guess, but ooh. But like they indicate direction with just these really strong poses, which I need to work on. I'm a very flat poser. And like, look at these expressions too. They're so passionate. But like, they're doing a little bit of motion with the guts, but there's no guts in the frame. They're doing a little bit of kind of, I guess, indication of light, and I guess a bit of movement with the kind of white halo effect coming out of that guy's head. But these are full color, which is harder and longer, takes longer to do. But definitely helps with, oh, those are boobs. It definitely makes a lot of things easier. Oh my fucking god. Oh, shit, this fucking guy is such a fucking amazing artist. Look at this shit. Great use of movement there with all these like explosion lines, the bits of the hull melting and kind of flaying off. Can't really do that here. Eats the art. That is the Meta Barons. Oh, it's Jodorowsky and Jimenez. What's his first name? Some guy. Jodorowsky is in Alejandro Jodorowsky. Juan Jimenez. What else did Juan Jimenez do? Anyway, Meta Barons. Not super helpful for this art style. Maybe helpful for the art style because I'm doing a grayscale with a lot of tones. Uzumaki. Classic. What does Mr. Junji Ito have for me? Oh, here's one. Again, a lot more grays than I remember. But there it is. That's like a fast speed line, though. That's too fast. couple more speed lines here. Again, too fast. Too fast. But what a nice use of grays. Huh, great artist. Okay, anyway, next. Blame. Blam. Okay, we got some nice clouds. Sanacan. I love Blame because it uses like so many. I've been trying to avoid saying blacks because in inking they're called blacks, but I don't like saying that. But also it's a real term, so maybe I should just get over it. I usually try and say darks instead, but again, I think I'm just overthinking it. But he uses so much nice ink. He's really not afraid of like dark screen tones as well. I think I just need to get more consistent. He also does like so much good texture. His later Biomega he really refines his work. Like I think the first Blame was like in 90, maybe late 90s, and he was probably a younger artist. But he really satisfying seeing his art style improve over the years. Because he always had a really strong sense of like art direction. But his figures and his faces were always a bit like kind of... Not always. I guess they looked pretty fucking great when I was younger. But you look back at some of the earlier Blames and it's like... Got a little bit of that Attack on Titan-itis where it's like... Okay, last one. Oh my god. Walking Dead. I only have the first compendium. I never got more. And I actually got it for the earlier art, which is a bit more stylized. Tony Moore. And then later they switched to Charlie Ireland. Both art styles are really good. I think they're using like a lot of Copic markers on the earlier ones. A little bit more stylized. Yeah, I tend to be on Miss Ebola's side on that. I'm like, if I was normal, I wouldn't worry about it. Either way, it's fine. Everybody be normal. It's good. It's like really edgy, but the art's really good. This artist is again like he's stylized in a different way, but he really does these nice puddles of dark, which I quite like. But this might be a little too white. There's too much of a white background. Thinking. But you know what? All that said, this one's probably closer to my process anyway. So maybe I'll use this as a reference. Okay. Anyway. I will look through all this crap when I'm not on stream, and I will see if I can establish a set of rules. And next time I'm drawing, maybe you'll even get some more yapping about the comic rules. Oh my god! Wait. He said it. He said the line. Oh, no he didn't. Never mind. There's a panel when he's like, "We are the Walking Dead." But it was a different panel that had emphasis on it. Not a lot of motion lines in this. Like when he wants to indicate motions, he uses like little speckles. Let's try that right now. I have only recently really admired the use of speckles. Actually, probably started with Viscera, if I speak of the devil. I don't think this will quite work with this panel again, but it's something to consider. As soon as I remember where... Oh, guys, where was the effect? Effects layer, there we go. Just stream yourself reading manga as a means to building your rules and style. Thank you! I got a cute little cozy... Like, that ain't bad. You know? Maybe I should be a speckle enjoyer. Like, this doesn't indicate any movement. But... Or it doesn't indicate a specific direction of movement, but, like... It indicates something happens. It's indicating that she's eating a little peanut butter cracker and the crumbs are coming out. What if I did something like... No, that just looked weird. Kind of an interesting effect, though. That could be used for something else. I don't know what. We could do both. We could do speed lines and speckles. Or we could do speed lines on one side and speckles on the other, just to balance it out. Oh, he's silly. Hits my mic. What is your cat is playing with plastic? Girl, where'd you get that? She's eating the she's rubbing herself on the plastic. The reason speckles aren't working is because her body itself isn't showing any motion. Yeah. Maybe I'll stick with the line. Z. Maybe in a gray. See, again, do you see how much time we're spending on it? It's crazy, isn't it? It's oh, no, it's too thick. It will take up all of that time. Whoa. Okay, one thing, pet peeve, I don't like about CSP is how the layer affects the lines as well. I wish there was a setting for that. There might actually be. I could also use a layer style to kind of get around it. Yeah. No, let's check this out. Well, whatever. Little text that says sit up. I tried to take the plastic from her and she bit my finger. Could do like a little shh sound effect, like rustle. But I might not. I find you can overuse automatopoeia. I'm a big fan of writing a little thing that just says what's happening because I can't draw. That is based. Let's try it anyway, okay. So do I need it to follow her form a bit or like... Okay, this will be the last thing we do and then I gotta go make dinner. Now, who's in the... who's in the school of thought that says automatopoeia should contain as few nouns as you can get away from? Classic F.E.A.R, also good. Let's try F.E.A.R. kind of like writing in onomatopoeia. Even. Whip. Whip. You know what? That almost isn't bad. It's a little exaggerated. It's a little silly. The less nouns, the better. Just make sure it's like a little vocal stem. So based. It's kind of, the flip is growing on me, Miss Ebola. You might be a friggin' genius. Okay, let's really quickly sketch in just like a little reflection in her goggles to give her a bit more life. Nope. I don't know how the reflection would look in her goggles. I looked it up earlier, but I forgot. Okay, well the point is you get it, right? Making comics is really hard and stupid, and no one should do it. Nobody likes comics anyway. It's dumb, it's dumb, it's dumb, it's dumb. Never try anything, never do anything.
Welcome home, good hunter.
Oh! What's playing? Bloodborne OST plus ambience, 1 hour. Ooh. Okay, well that seems like a good sign to, God, I did so good though. Good sign to stop. Chat, thank you so much for coming back. I have to go make some din-dins. Curve it, match the curvature of the goggles. Yes, I could do a horizontal one. Okay, wait, chat, we're doing one more thing. Like, kind of like this one was, like. Or you could just add like a lot. We'll workshop it. It's gonna get workshopped. Anyways, point is, think of comics holistically as a whole page, including text, including figures, including effects, and the like. I think of it as also sculptural. But my actual advice is never draw comics. Comics are awful. I hate comics. Okay. She'll eat the green goo. I'm gonna go eat the green goo. No, actually, I'm gonna make a turkey pot pie. I'll tell you how it comes out. All right, everybody, be good. Again, thank you so much for dropping in. I'll see you when I stream next. Oh, I do like that goggle effect. Nice call. No problem. I think if I illuminated it a bit more. Okay, I'm writing that down. Okay. We have a plan. Everybody be good. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.